you're ready. Okay, so take off your shoes, Antonella, because now it's time to relax. Now you can relax. Nobody's seen you, so your legs are under the table, and you can just. Oh, good! Finally, okay. You can relax yourself and do whatever you wish. So today is the second November. Yes. So how was your Halloween day? That was on Saturday, Sunday. How was it? Probably Annalisa did something because you got girls.
Yes. Siamo stati. We stayed in Naples.
Oh, you've been
with parents.
Okay, with your parents. Good.
Parents.
It was
Naples.
Nice.
We often spend our time eating.
Of course. What do we have to do in Naples? Going around and eat.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And anybody else? Did you do any parties?
I hate this kind of thing.
My daughters si sono travestite come
They put costumes on them. They put costumes.
And
they will. They will, of course. What can they do? Yeah. Okay. And have they been trick-or-treating?
Yes, they are. No, ok, non riesco a. Sono stata in giro a fare dolcetto scherzetto.
Okay,
quindi...
they went around trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. Okay. They went around. Actually, trick-or-treat is even used as a verb. I am trick-or-treating. Okay, instead of saying I'm going to go around and ask for, no, trick-or-treating. You're trick-or-treating. Yes. So I heard that Antonella say, I hate this holiday. Of course, because it's not something that is in our tradition, but do you know anything about Halloween, the real things? Why? How? Where does it come from? What do you know? Because I think that what we really know, usually, I mean, the majority of people about Halloween is not the real things. It's just something that is like a commercial holiday, like now is Christmas. If you ask to a child, what is Christmas? They say, oh, presents and Santa Claus. But the real reason is, you know, it's much different. It's not nothing of all these other commercial reasons. So, of course, Halloween is not completely in our roots, but there's something that is in our roots as well. So what do you know about his roots? Let me put it down, the sound, because I think that now was got some problem. No. Okay, was Mila, I send it to you, love, but she can't join as she's working as well. So what do you know about the origins of Halloween?
It's probably just because I have read in Facebook what you have put inside Facebook, just to get rid of the witches out of us, just to get rid of them away, because they are negative figures.
And yes, but you know, it's going back in the past much. So let's see what we know with a very, very short kind of lesson that I'm going to share with you. This one.
Probably I hate this party just because I am afraid. I don't know if I'm afraid, but I don't like the figure of the witches, so I don't believe in them.
It's scary because it's scary.
I close myself.
Actually, it's not a party, it's a holiday.
It's a holiday, okay.
Yeah, because a party is something that you organize okay. This is a holiday. Of course, it was a bank holiday because the bank holiday is when everything is closed like it was yesterday, but it's still a holiday. Okay, so let's see, first of all, the words related to those, to this tradition. Okay, so choose the best answer to label each picture below. Okay, Anna, number one, what is it?
I think B, a costume.
Yes, this is a costume. Okay, the costume is what we put on special occasion, like in Italy, for example, we got a carnival. And so this is a costume that is much different from a suit or a uniform. Okay. Number two, Anna Maria.
A ghost.
That's a ghost. That's a ghost. Yes. Number three, Annalisa.
A lantern.
Is jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. That is a tradition, is just a story. This is what we use. This is representing an old, a very old story, the story of Jack-o'-lantern. And number four, Anto?
A skeleton.
That's a skeleton. That is much different from a corpse. Okay. Number five, Anna?
A skull?
A skull. Yes, a skull. A skull is this. And Anna Maria, number six.
A full moon.
Full moon. Yes.
Full moon.
Full moon.
Full moon.
Yeah, full moon, half moon. Okay, so I think it's maybe just a corpse. Do you know how can you explain without translation a corpse?
A corpse? I don't know.
It's a dead body. A dead body.
A dead
corpse.
body.
Yes, that's a corpse.
Tipo cadavere?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, they are words that, I mean, they're not, of course, very common, but we should know it. We should know them. Okay, now, all these words, we got some of these sentences. Let me put it a bit bigger, just to make it clearer. Okay. And okay. Now answer. What do people do on Halloween, Annalisa?
People wear costume.
They wear costumes, and they do, because the question is do.
Okay.
Jack-o'-lantern. Yes, they do jack-o'-lantern. They do jack-o'-lantern. Or they put costumes and they go on trick-or-treating.
Okay.
How is written?
Ripeti la parola
trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treat. We're going to say it later.
Okay.
Okay. Which object can you see only on Halloween? Yes. How do you call it, Anto?
I don't know.
Check.
La zucca.
So when it's carved like this, we call it jack-o'-lantern. But the fruit is a pumpkin.
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 It's a
Yes,
pumpkin.
a pumpkin. Yes, it's a pumpkin.
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 Invece zucchina, come si dice?
Courgette or zucchini.
Ah,
It depends. If it's
Or zucchini.
British
Okay.
English is courgette, that is the French word.
Mhm.
And American English, they say zucchini.
Okay.
Zucca, ripetimelo.
Pumpkin.
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 Pumpkin. And which object probably doesn't exist of all the objects that we saw here?
A ghost.
A ghost.
A ghost, yes, a ghost doesn't exist. And which natural event is considered to be scary?
The full moon.
A full moon.
A full moon,
Mm.
they say that could be scary.
Diana.
If you find a body that is 500 years old, what do you find?
A skeleton.
A skeleton,
Skeleton.
yes, if you find a skeleton, because
Okay.
you could not find anything. Now, let's, read this text and be careful on the underlined word.
Mhm.
Okay, can you read it, Antonella, please?
Okay. The scariest day of the year. Halloween is a celebration that takes place every year in a number of countries on October 21st, the day before a Western Christian feast. Halloween is the beginning of the time of year when people remember the dead, including saints, hallows, and martyrs. According to many scholars, Halloween was initially influenced by Celtic tradition, and it was originally a pagan festival. Other academics say that it has a Christian roots. Typical festive Halloween activities include trick-or-treating, attending the costume parties, decorating, making pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, dressing up in skeleton or ghost costumes, playing tricks on people, telling scary stories, and watching horror films.
Okay, now let's see all this word. We got a definition here. So we start with the first definition, Anna. Read the definition.
People who are killed because of their beliefs.
Yes, who are they?
Martyrs.
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 Yes. And Anna Maria.
Specialist in a particular area of study.
Yes.
Uh,
This is a
scholar.
false. Yes, they are scholar. So be careful because it's a false friend word. So scholar is nothing like scolaro because it's more is a studioso. So usually there are people that are professor or something like that, scholar. And Annalisa?
Origins, roots.
Roots, yes. Origin, they are the same as roots. Antonella?
Excuse me.
Actions.
Roots. I don't understand.
Oh, roots, the meaning. Actually, here is Christian roots. They are like origin, Christian origins. But actually, the word roots is the things that they are into the ground from the tree. You got the trunk, you got the tree. So you got the trunk and the various branches. And then underneath the ground, you got the roots.
Le radici.
Radici.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Antonella, this.
Yeah. Actions such as ringing somebody's doorbell and running away, trick or treating.
No,
No.
this is not trick or treating. The action such as ringing somebody's doorbell and running away is just a part of it.
Tricks.
Doses.
Tricks.
Tricks. They're
Okay.
tricks. Okay.
Ok, ok.
And then Antonella always.
Un attimo che non vedo proprio perché ho le faccine, un attimo fa.
Sì.
Asking for sweet, there is a trick on trick.
Yes, asking for sweets or
For sweets
cakes
or cakes
and threatening to play
threatening
tricks.
to play tricks on people who refuse.
Yeah, this is trick or treating.
Okay, okay.
So I treat you. You know this word to treat?
No?
Minacciare.
Ah, minacciare.
Okay.
Ecco,
Asking for
okay.
sweet or cakes and threatening to play tricks on people who refuse. That's why trick or treating, that actually I think that is one, at least once, one thing that was quite well translated in Italian, because we say dolcetto, scherzetto, and the song, you know, with the rhyming, they left the rhyming, and the intention is you give me some sweets or I'm doing some tricks. Trick or treat, dolcetto, scherzetto. So
Okay.
that was very, very good. Well done.
Sorry, but the tricks è come se fosse scherzetto.
È uno scherzo.
È uno
proprio uno
scherzo?
scherzo.
Ok.
Trick sono scherzi o inganni o piccole cose, scherzi piccoli, uno scherzo, sì. Scherzo, trick. Infatti qui ti fa l'esempio, ringing somebody's doorbell and running away.
Devi scappare via, ok.
Yeah, so, stupid tricks. Ok, Anna.
At first,
At
cos'era? Initially.
Be careful with the pronunciation because this is the some like shower. Initially. Okay. And Anna Maria, 7.
Related to ancient religions that believed in many gods.
Yes.
No, it's Celtic.
No, it's not. Just look, just the underlined word. Of course, the Celtic, they did believe in many gods. You're right. But the word is because they were the Celtic themselves. They were
pagan.
They were
pagan
yes,
festival.
they were pagan. Yes,
Pagan
they were
festival.
pagan. So ancient religion that believe in many gods, like the Celtic, were following. Okay, and number 8, Annalisa.
A large meal celebration, something.
Celebrating something, yes.
Feast.
Feast. This is another false friend, because you read feast is so similar to our festa, but it's not, because it's just the food, a large amount of food. How do you say in Italian? When you prepare a large amount of food for a special occasion. There's just one word that is the same.
Party, happy.
No, an Italian word. Banchetto.
Banchetto.
Ah, banchetto.
Feast is the banchetto. Okay.
Okay.
That's the feast.
Feast, banquet.
Feast, yes.
Okay.
Don't confuse with first, pugno, or first. Number 1.
Number 1.
Just
Okay.
first.
Very similar, the sound. Okay, now let's see if you know this facts about Halloween, if they're true, all these statements, or false. Antonella.
In the United States, more candy sweets is sold on October 28th
Sorry, but
than on any other day of the year.
yeah. You think it's true?
Probably it's true, but I don't know. Since as I don't like this holiday, I
Culture
am
is
not.
not a matter of like or not like. You have to know it anyway.
I don't consider. So
Oh,
I
you
don't
don't-
read about it.
Until now,
Yeah,
because
but-
now that you study English, you have
I had to. Yeah. Sure.
because you
Probably
know
it's
I
true.
think that it's very important to know the tradition of a country, because even through traditions we can understand them better. And if we are trying to learn a language, we have to get into that culture, into their traditions as well. They are not something, because the language is not something that is apart. You can consider apart from the history, the tradition. The language is part and is the result of history, tradition. That's why sometimes of course, I'm not an expert, for example, in American traditions or Canadian traditions or Australian. I know just, I'm sorry, but just some British traditions. But you know, I think that through the traditions we can even understand something more about the way they use the language sometimes.
But Halloween is American holiday.
Not at all.
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
It's important as all the things. Actually, real America, the only American thing is the pumpkin, but not because they didn't do it before. They did it with turnips. Do you know turnips?
No.
Le rape. They used turnips.
Ah,
Where it existed pumpkins in Europe. So when all the people, they were going and immigrating to America, when they arrived to America, they found this enormous orange fruits, very soft. And they say, wow, they are much better for jack-o'-lantern. And so they use those. But actually, the tradition itself is Celtic and is coming from Ireland and all the Celtic countries that are Wales, Scotland, and northern France. So actually that is, but if you want, I can show you something more later. Okay, just 5 minutes that we finish this. Okay, yes, Antonella, it's true. In America, in the United States, on the 28th of October until the 28th of October, they sell more candy than in any other day of the year, not even for Christmas, for example, because they don't use candy for Christmas. And note that the word candy has got is, because it's like many other words that have no plural. Okay, so candy is
Candy
just
collective, cosa collettiva, cioè diciamo, just like people, just like okay.
Yes, good, yes, fantastic. No, people is not
No.
singular. People is plural, but is strange. Is an irregular plural. But this is like sheep, like fish.
Ok.
I don't say. Yeah.
Cioè non esiste il plurale di questo,
No,
è il plurale a sé stante.
Usually it's not used. But if you want to say, I want 3 candies,
candies.
you can say that because you have to count them. But usually candy is dolciumi.
Okay.
And this is American English. In British English, we have the word sweet.
Sweet.
That is normal. So sweet, 1 sweet, 2 sweets, 3 sweets with a normal plural. Okay.
Okay.
A full, Anna, 2.
A full moon on Halloween is very common. No, false.
Of course it's false because you know
Non può essere.
it's going around the day. And actually they say that it's very rare that you have a full moon on Halloween. Usually there's no full moon on Halloween. Okay. Okay, now I got some spoiler for you, but anyway, Anna Maria?
The first Halloween was in Norway, false.
Is false, but anyway, I hear her. Okay. And over 10% of annual candy sales absent the days leading up to Halloween. When? Okay, Annalisa, number 4.
In the UK, black cats bring bad luck. It's true.
No,
No.
in UK, actually, they are much loved, black cats. They bring bad luck in United States.
Ah,
Eh.
okay.
Even in
Okay.
Italy, eh?
Even in Italy,
Yes.
infatti me la tengo me le stretta.
I know, yes. So, mm.
I
Anna,
think that is a foolish belief that
I completely agree with you.
Ecco, black
Yes,
cat
sì.
Being
can-
British,
can-
you know, that's so.
Antonella, also you have a cat,
No.
a black cat.
Listen to me. My cat is not black, but is gray smoke of London. Grigio fumo di Londra.
Ball.
No, my cat is black.
Completely black, fantastic. She's
Halloween
super.
sta a casa.
For her. Or you can bring her to Great Britain because she doesn't
Also,
risk anything there. Okay, number 5, Anna.
in the United States, Halloween is the most commercial holiday of the year. For me, it's true. No?
Look at me. Think about next holiday when they put lights
Thanksgiving Day.
everywhere.
Vabbè, Christmas.
Christmas is the more commercial. Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day is very
Yes, but it's
popular.
not so commercial because usually it's considered as a family day. So you got a
Okay.
big feast, yes, the turkey, you know, all this stuff.
Il
But
tacchino.
it's a family day and it's just one day. And like Halloween, it's just one day. So even the days before you do something, but not a lot. Christmas is a month.
A long period.
Yeah, it's a long period. So with a lot of commercials. So you see, Falls Ireland is believed to be the birthplace, and Christmas is the more commercial of the year. Number 6, Anna Maria.
In many countries, such as France and Australia, Halloween is considered to be a very, c'è la figura tua,
Sorry.
a very American influence.
Yes, very commercial American influence.
Ok, quindi non c'è scritto niente. Allora, in many countries,
Very commercial American influence.
no, for me, true.
Yes, it's true. It is. In many countries like Italy as well. France.
Also in Italy.
Yeah. We think that it's a commercial holiday. Why? It's not. We are now. We know now
American.
that it's not. Yes. Annalisa, number 7.
Black and orange are typically associated with Halloween. It's true.
True. You know
I think it's
why?
true.
You know why?
No.
Okay. Do also number. No. Because there's a reason. Black and orange are typically associated with Halloween. Yes, orange is a symbol of strength and endurance, and black is typically a symbol of death and darkness, of course.
Ok.
8, Antonella?
Aspetta, vedo due faccine. Un attimo. Jack-o'-lanterns are named after a man who was called Jack. Probably yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack is the legendary story of Jack-o'-lantern. And Anna?
Halloween originated around oh dear, 1000 BC.
BC, that stands
before
before
Christ.
Christ, yes.
Christ. True.
No,
No.
much before, 4,000 before Christ.
4,000.
Yes, they say 4,000. The Celtic period is much before the coming of Jesus Christ. Okay, so actually, instead of going and discussing, I want to tell you some more because I say, I give for granted that you know everything about Halloween, but I'm too often forget that you're not teaching English and you're not British as well. So of course, I want to tell you some more about it. And I want to share you a short, actually that's a presentation made for teenagers, but it's very useful for everybody. Halloween. Okay. All about Halloween is this one. Let me see. Or no, this is for children, not for you. Even if the content is interesting. And that is better. Oh yeah, I found it. Okay, now I'm going to share them with you. And you read for me now. Okay, shall I put all the people? I put all the, what do you call the vaccine? Because I think that a lot of writing is there. Okay. Okay, Antonella.
Where did Halloween come from? In the beginning, Halloween was the harvest festival. The Celts, who lived in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and France, marked the end of the summer and the beginning of winter with this harvest festival. They call the festival Samhain. Samhain. And why is it the translation? Not the translation. The pronunciation is a Samhain instead of Samhain.
It's
Why?
not British, not English. It's Celtic.
Okay.
Celtic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And this translated to the end of summer. They believed that the festival would make their gods happy, so they would protect them and their crops during the hard winter that was to come. They wore costumes and enjoyed fortune telling. They built huge fires and burned crops and animals as sacrifices.
Okay, so this is the real origin. So the end of summer, just to protect the crops and the harvest. You know, the harvest.
No.
The crops, which is the meaning of crops?
The crops is like the harvest, I raccolti.
Okay.
Okay. Anna.
Where did the name Halloween come from? When the Celts eventually became Christian, they started to call the first day of November All Saints' Day. All Saints' Day was also called All Hallows,
Anime.
which was an old English word. People began to call the night before the 1st of November All Hallows Eve,
vigilia.
La vigilia di, sì.
La vigilia della notte di tutti i santi.
Ok. And this eventually became Halloween.
Ok? Questa è l'origine del nome.
Ok.
Ok? All Hallows
Hallows
anime,
Eve.
Eve, la vigilia di tutte le
Tutti-
anime,
Yeah,
che è il 31 ottobre,
certo.
Halloween.
Diciamo un po' come qua. Cioè noi l'abbiamo
Qua.
presa proprio come dicono loro.
No, in effetti, like, you know, all the holidays and the festivals, the Christian, they took from ancient traditions and they transformed in a Christian way. Quasi tutte le feste dei cristiani sono state prese da feste pagane, trasformate poi e questa è la storia proprio, no? Per adattarsi, e si sono adattati
delle anime.
alla religione. Per
Infatti
cui
oggi è
diventata una festa cristiana. Non solo è stata diffusa dopo che era cristiana, perché all'inizio era molto locale, ovviamente,
certo.
anche perché non c'erano grandi trasmigrazioni al tempo.
But when I was young, I was a child, Halloween.
No, it didn't exist.
Doesn't.
I remember, of course, I'm sure that you know the Peanuts. You know, Charlie Brown, Snoopy.
Yes.
And I remember when I was a kid, they were translated like Il Grande Cocomero. They were up all the night to see Il Grande Cocomero. That was the translation for the Great Pumpkin. Because in Italy, no pumpkin existed like that at that time. I remember our pumpkins, they are squash. They are different kind of pumpkin. They're not pumpkins. They are called squash or butter squash, something like that. But they're very different. The original Italian pumpkins.
But I remember when I was children in house my grandmother.
Yes.
Esisteva, insomma, l'usanza.
Yes.
Yes, the lantern. Start the lantern
made with what?
in the room. In all room.
I know room there was a lantern.
Yes,
because it's the way to keep away the bad spirits.
The anime.
Yes.
Come si dice anime?
The souls.
Con poche parole dicevano che i morti camminavano.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Because, you know, the 1st of November is that period of the year when summer and even autumn, they're almost over, and it's starting the winter, the cold winter period. That was very dangerous because, you know, if your harvest was going to be spoiled, you were starving for the winter period. So they say that period was like a door. A door was open from this world to the other world, the world of the evil spirits, you know this. But of course, that they apply these beliefs to any religion, to the Christian religion, of course. I don't know about other religion. Probably if you're looking into other religion, you find something similar that is coming from the same beliefs. Anyway, let's say, why do people dress in costumes at Halloween now? Anna?
Io?
Yes, please.
Okay. People believed that ghosts walked the streets on Halloween night.
Antonella, say.
And they felt scared about meeting them. They began to wear masks to fool the ghosts into believing that they were other spirits. Soon, people started to wear costume and fancy dress to go with the masks.
Yes. So they were putting on masks. So they say, if I meet an evil spirit, it doesn't recognize me because I got a mask, and he thinks probably that I'm another evil spirit. So then from the mask to the costume, there's a short step. Annalisa.
Why do we make jack-o'-lanterns at Halloween? There was an old Irish legend about a very mean and sly man called Jack, who was always playing tricks on people. When he died, he was not allowed into heaven or
Yes.
hell. So he had to walk the earth from then on. The only thing Jack had to guide him on his ways was a hallowed turnip with a light inside it.
Okay, a turnip, yes.
What is turnip? What is
So the turnip is what I told you before. Instead of pumpkins, they use turnip, rape.
Oh, okay, okay.
This is where we get the name Jack-o'-lantern. We changed it to Jack-o'-lantern. When European settlers arrived in America, they realized that pumpkins would be far easier to carve, as they were soft and would give out a brighter orange colored light than the turnips. Nowadays, most jack-o'-lanterns are carved from pumpkins for this reason.
Yeah, okay, so you got everything here. Are there any words that you don't know? Maybe mean and sly. What does it mean? Mean and sly. Mean is an adjective.
Mean.
Malvagio is used anche come tirchio.
Tirchio, infatti stavo dicendo tirchio.
But there's another meaning that is malvagio, cattivo.
Malvagio.
And sly is astuto in a bad way, you know. Okay, what else? Playing tricks on people when he died alone. And the only thing had to guide on his ways was a hollowed out turnips. So with a light inside it. Okay, so this is more or less the legend of Jack-o'-lantern that usually I don't tell to kids because it's very dark, it's scary, because it's a person that is dying, and so it's very scary. Okay, and now why do go trick-or-treating on Halloween, Anna Maria?
Many years ago, people were not just afraid of meeting ghosts on Halloween night. They were also terrified that ghosts or spirits would come into their houses. They began leaving bowls of food outside their doors to deter the ghosts from entering.
Yes.
Over time, people began to get less fearful of the ghosts and started eating the nice treats themselves.
So remember, treat is like un premio. Ok, my treat, la mia
premio a se stesso.
Un premio a se stesso, la mia coccola quotidiana, è darsi un premio. To treat è proprio dare un premio, una dolcezza, una cosa carina a qualcuno, è proprio il treat. Infatti ai bambini quando si va dal dottore, they got a treat if they are good. Ok? Ok, vai avanti, scusa Anna.
Ci mancherebbe.
Right.
Some people say that this was the start of trick or treating. There are other stories that claim trick or treating started when people started giving cakes in return for prayers being said for their dead. Relatives on All Souls Day in England.
In England,
Instead,
so
in England,
Christian as well.
Christian?
Instead of, is another origin that is Christian, the Swedes.
Okay.
They were making some cakes
Uh-huh.
for the Day of the Dead.
Sì, okay. Instead of just getting cakes, children began visiting began visiting their
neighbors, yes,
to look for food, drinks, and money as well.
And money as well. So that is said that is the origin. Okay, now let's go into a quiz. Anna.
Who were the first people to hold the festival called the Samhain?
No, sorry.
Samhain. Sì, the Celts.
Yes.
Imparato.
Antonella.
The first jack-o'-lanterns were made of turnip.
Turnip, yes. Not melon, not cabbage. Annalisa.
People began to wear masks and dress in costume at Halloween because they wanted to fool evil spirits.
Yes, they wanted to fool, that is to trick, you know. No, to fool is to make...
allontanare,
make away.
No, it's to cheat, ingannare. To
fool.
Ingannare. Okay. Anna Maria?
The tradition of carving jack-o'-lanterns from pumpkins first originated in Scotland.
Pumpkins, be careful. We're talking about pumpkins here.
Pumpkins in America?
Yes, in America. In American pumpkins, because before that they were turnips.
Avevo detto Jack, pensavo quello lì, invece no.
Yes.
Okay.
Anna.
The word Halloween comes from an Old English word for All Saints Day.
Oh, yes. Very good. Okay. Okay, that was almost everything that you should know about Halloween.
How do you say importare una festa?
To import. To import. Yes,
Okay.
import export is the same.
And when we did Italy import this holiday?
Yes, that's what is a very nice topic to discussion. So tell me, how do you celebrate Halloween in your country, and when? Because I'm not supposed to know about Italian traditions, but you could know it better than me. So, do you know which is the first that you remember about Halloween? Actually, my first, I think that it was when something like maybe 30 years ago or so, because I remember that I was celebrating Halloween when my kid was very little. And there was Halloween. So my kid is 26, 27 now. So I think that about 30 years ago, they started to do something here. But I think that it's an important holiday for children because, you know, children do love wear costumes and mask themselves, and think that British children, they don't have carnival. We have carnival and we can just express ourselves and put costumes on and everything. They don't. So they organize sometimes costumes party during August period or July, just because it's so fun to wear a costume. But Halloween is the perfect occasion that you can do it, actually. So I think it's quite important, even for that social reason, actually, or psychological reason. Do you take part in any Halloween tradition? Any of you?
No.
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 Never.
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 Never. Not even with your kids?
No, no.
No, no.
Annalisa, yes.
Yes, yes.
I was preparing so many costumes. I remember
Yes.
once I was preparing, you know, a kind of using this hairband,
Yes.
and I was doing a piece of knife here,
Knife,
and
yeah.
a piece of knife there. So, and then I just was putting all the hair, by some hair in a mass. So it was similar like to have a knife.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, it was so fun.
But
I
for
remember that.
your son?
Yeah, for my son. But I mean, all his friends, they were doing parties at home. We were gathering all the kids together. We weren't going trick-or-treating, actually, but we were going just and organizing parties, you know, just masking and put something. I got beautiful. And then at school I organized so
Now-
many. Yeah.
Now organization in a whole school.
Yes, they organize in all school.
In all school.
I
yes.
have to send you my old picture when I was a big witch. I had a hat was high like that, very, very high, was fantastic, you know, and my face was completely covered, and I was a fantastic witch for years and years in the schools, of course. And I remember once I was taking all my kids in the afternoon here in Fabulazione, and I was calling a face painter. So she was just putting makeup on all of them. And then we went trick-or-treating with all the shops here around, but they didn't know about it. So before that, I had to pass all the shops and bring some sweets and say, these are the sweets for my kids. We are going to come here in an hour, so be prepared. So to the butcher, to the fruit shop, the bar, and everywhere. And they still remember it. They still remember it. But, you know, because I had a group, quite a good group of kids, and it was nice. So I was participating.
Now in Via delle Baleniere,
Yes.
this is c'è questa cosa adesso nei negozi.
In the shops, they go there.
Yes.
So the kids, they can go without any problems, and they prepare some sweets for them.
I would say that now there is another reason to put a costume, cosplay.
Ah,
Yes,
play.
I see.
Cosplay.
I see.
So you see, this is another reason why it's important for people to put costumes on. I think it's actually
What
it's
is?
like
I don't understand.
the cosplay festival, when you are wearing like a character from a film, from a comic, yeah, many
don't
cons-
know.
Yes, I was, there was a friend, I mean, a friend of my son, actually, that she was calling me to ask me if I had some snakes. Say what, I mean, false toy snakes.
Ecco.
And she needed, because she had to prepare a cosplay, and she was acting as, I don't know, the Medusa, the one that has got snakes on the hair. You know that character. Okay, anyway.
Cose
Yes,
strane fatte a Roma.
yes. Are there, yeah, are there any unusual festivals in your country? Do you think of any unusual festival that you celebrate just here in Italy?
No.
Unusual for other people that are not Italian. So think that I'm not Italian, and you have to explain me a celebration, like Carnival. Why do you celebrate Carnival? So explain me, why do we celebrate Carnival?
Carnival, Venezia, Venice.
Yes, but why?
Ah, perché si festeggia?
Yeah. So it's something that is related to religion as well.
Yeah, the Easter.
Catholic.
Easter, just
Yes.
before the Ceneri, là com'è?
Yes. Yes, you have to go back from the Last Supper and the period of Easter. I don't know, but
Yes, yes.
Ah, sì, ecco.
So it's
40 days.
40 days.
Eh,
That is Quaresima.
Quaresima.
That is not. And before that, you got a carnival.
In Milan there is
Longer.
il carnevale ambrosiano e
Yeah. It lasts 1 week more.
Più o meno da martedì da Tuesday a Saturday to Saturday.
Yes.
More
So you see, there
than
are
in
so
Italy.
many typical tradition that we don't consider them strange, unusual, but actually think of a person that doesn't have in his country, they are quite unusual. So they say, why do they dress costumes and they just throw confettis and why? What is the reason why you do that? And so you should explain to other people. Do you like horror film, Antonella?
do you like it?
Horror films.
No, never,
No,
never.
no.
Otherwise, I don't sleep during the night. No. I only want to see something just like a happy film. So perhaps
Peaceful, happy, relaxing.
No, so I have to relax myself. I am always under pressure during the day. No. Horror film, I don't like them.
No, and
But
you,
Antonella, you have to see the film with Paola on Tuesday evening.
oh yes, I'm sorry that
Because
nobody.
the last film we saw is very happy.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Carino,
even
proprio.
if you are not arriving from the beginning, but it's there. It's very nice. I think that watching films is a very, very good exercise to improve your vocabulary and everything. Not horror films, of course.
No.
I can imagine that. I can imagine, but I should have to get out from the office a little bit before, but
earlier.
Just in this period I can't.
Yeah,
We have too much work, too much.
And Annalisa, we are also starting for the girls some. Do you know about the film night that we do every Thursday?
No.
We almost every Thursday we organize a film night. That is just a film that you can come and see in our class, or even online, because we are organized to have it online with English subtitles. And I think that is a very, very good opportunity to improve not just the vocabulary, but the listening. For the listening is really fantastic, because even if sometimes some films, they're easy, like the one that we saw last Thursday together, Anna Maria and Anna, they were watching it and was quite, you could understand everything, could you?
Yes, I understand.
Even Anna Maria, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Mi
and
tu,
easy
Vi
going.
invidio un po', ve lo posso dire, vi invidio un po'. Ve l'ho detto.
Because we have this half an hour, we can, I don't know if we could postpone the time and do it at 7 o'clock. I don't know.
Why not? But how much the film lasts? How
Yeah,
much
the
time
film
it
lasts as a film. So there are some films that last a couple of hours, but you know.
Probably
Yeah.
just too much, just for them. I don't know. I don't want to disturb them. If for example, it should be on Saturday, probably I could come. I could see them
Saturday.
just Saturday, just for example, in the afternoon, even in the beginning of the
First
afternoon.
on Saturday, let's say 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes, at 3 o'clock on Saturday, probably I can join with you. I should be very happy.
Because I'm just asking, because I see that a lot of people, they would like to participate, but they can't actually. And I'd like to know why. So if we move to another day, and it would be probably better.
I would like on Saturday.
On Saturday. And you too, Anna? Anna Maria?
For me,
for you,
it's okay.
Saturday for me, no.
Annalisa, because you know, remember that you can, it's even online, so you can have just your smartphone and watch on it.
So, probably on Saturday
yeah, because
try.
You go out, so you're not even at home.
Con I bambini.
Yeah, with the kids, unless we do some kids film. Yeah, because we
with
got
my mother.
Yes, I know you have to follow your mother. That's probably Antonella was suggesting just after lunch, because usually it's the time when you relax, so you can stay even in bed and see a film.
And after dinner?
After dinner, let's say 9 o'clock.
Why not?
Yes, but just online, because I'm not going to go
online.
At 9.
It's not possible. No,
yes.
just too late.
It's too late, yes. But no, it's not too late if we are all online. Yes.
Yes, all online.
Just online. Yeah, so everybody at home, and we can just have, why not?
Try to consider this opportunity.
Yes, I do.
Think about it.
I know.
But for you, Paola?
For me, it's okay. For me, it's okay. Yes.
Paola sniffa, sta a 2000 tutto il giorno, pure la sera.
This year is much better than last year, much better than last year. So I had just today I've been to the swimming pool. So yeah.
But
so fantastic.
in the evening come back your husband?
Yes, but
from work.
Yes, but it's used that I got my headphones, so very often I'm anyway working on the computer sometimes after dinner. And so it's doing his stuff, playing guitar, I don't know, anything. No, I'm very, very often working after dinner. So, you know, preparing lessons, doing things like that. So why not watching a film? Could be a nice idea. Okay, let's propose maybe on our groups and see that at least for our students, not for, and even for people that they want to join from, they're not students. I mean, you can even say, come to my place and see with a friend of yours and see a film in English. Why not?
Mm.
So you put the computer on there and you watch the film. Okay.
But
Maybe-
this Tuesday, questo giovedì?
Yes, this Thursday, I don't even remember what was in program. I think that was
Afterlife?
after no, again,
No?
the second part.
No, the first part.
No, the first part was last Thursday.
Ma non l'abbiamo fatto.
Yes, but we jumped it.
Ah,
Because the program is
Stop the program because was I and you, Anna.
yes, ma pensavo che lo rimandassi alla data dopo.
Ma no, perché
no.
se
Lo
mi
salti
metto a
proprio?
rimandarlo, lo salto e lo rivediamo un altro momento, perché poi c'è anche la seconda parte, va a finire, è troppo complicato.
Ah, no, ok, no, avevo capito che...
Cioè lo posso recuperare un'altra volta.
però non possiamo vedere la seconda parte.
No, la seconda parte comunque era a gennaio.
Allora c'è Bridget Jones.
Bridget Jones, che è una cosa divertentissima. Yes, Bridget Jones. Che è previsto alle 6:30. Oppure we can move it and postpone it. Okay. Okay, let's think about it. Okay, my dear girls, I think that it's time to prepare our dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
We go and prepare it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Virginia.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.